Tonight on Jurassic Superman Live, James Gunn is pure DC now. I'll explain what that means. He also has been doing a little bit of trolling and, of course, welcomes John Murphy as Superman Legacy's composer. Kevin Feige showing off that Deadpool 3 logo. Box office, Argylle kinda, came and went. Now nobody's talking about it, and Henry Cavill's like, thank God. The next Jurassic World movie gets its release date as well as a possible director, which is an interesting choice. All that and so much more tonight on Film Junkee Live. Yeah. It's interesting. July of next year is going to be pretty stacked. Pretty stacked. But some of these movies are not even close to getting into... I guess life finds a way.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Well, hello, children. How's everybody doing today? Where's that opening music? Still having trouble with this damn thing. All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Film Junkee Live. It's the end of Monday, and California is drowning. Yes. It started raining at like midnight last night, and it has not stopped really. It really just feels like it has not stopped. Like, holy crap, what's going on here? But anyways, sure it'll be all right. I know people in LA are suffering a lot more, it seems. But luckily, I'm way outside of LA, so that's a good thing. Anyways, guys, welcome to the show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, do all that. Always much appreciated to see everybody here. And, of course, we'll be talking about all kinds of nonsense today. DCU stuff, of course. Hey, look at that. Whoa, look at that. Mr. Jason McKenzie, always helping out that pirate ship. I'll get to your message in a little bit here. Then, of course, we got the Deadpool 3 logo that made an appearance last night. We'll talk the box office. And then, of course, we got a Jurassic World movie that's happening. Folks, it's fully official. I don't know how to even say that. But anyways, let's see who's out there. How's it going? We got Mr. Ian right here. Going pretty good, not too shabby. Like I said, the weather sucks, but not too bad of a Monday, I guess you could say. Did you see the hints of Captain Atom? I can't wait to see him on the big. Yeah. Gunn also hinted at that too. I mean, he drops a lot of things when it comes to social media. So it's hard to see like which one is, what's going to end up in his DCU. Game City Say, hey Dave, one day you should get the panel to interact with the chat the whole stream. Suggestion. Yeah, we could do something like that as, part of the stream. Not the whole stream, but part of it. Mr. Eric, hard boiled, what's happening? Oh, did they? I didn't even see that. I barely paid attention. I don't really care for the Grammys. It's just, I see like the red carpet stuff, which I hate that because it's all just, look at me, look at my ridiculous dress and blah, blah, blah. So I didn't even really pay attention to the Grammys too much last night. I forgot that they were nominated for the Grammys, so I should have paid attention to the, whatchamacallit though, their official Twitter. Maybe they would have mentioned it, I just didn't see it, but, well, Metallica's awesome. There you go. What's going on, Axel? I may or may not have gone full goth today. Something you want to tell us there, sir? Need some therapy or what? Let's see what's going on, Ryan. Good to see you. We got Jason right here. Space ship poet. What is up? Got to see the Batman in black and white. Ooh, that'd be pretty sweet. Hello there, Miss Nighthawk. Good to see you, gorgeous. All right. And yes, Metallica. Heck yeah. And then thank you, of course. If I had a drink, I'd raise it up to you, but not drinking. So thank you, Mr. McKenzie. And FJ Live, baby. I love it. Helping out that pirate ship. Keep it going. Keep it afloat. Gotta love that. We got Main Man Dano right here. Good to see you. We got Mr. Nobody. What's happening? And I think that's pretty much it. What's good with DC? And we got some stuff to talk about, of course. Plenty to talk about. All right. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Okay. And then turn that off too. But yeah, we'll talk about that. And I'm wearing my Jimmy shirt finally. Finally wearing my Jimmy shirt. I thought I totally... It's funny. I got this for Christmas. And I'm finally wearing it because I was... I did laundry over the weekend, and it's funny because I had like a box of Christmas gifts that I had, and I meant to take, I got two shirts. I got two shirts for Christmas, and I had the box of stuff, and I put it in my closet, and I didn't even think about it until like over the weekend. I was like, oh yeah, I got this box of stuff, and then I realized, oh, that's for the shirts I got. So yeah, got my Jimmy shirt on, so it's cool stuff. All right. Let's go ahead and start getting... Hey, man, you're just being too generous. You're just being so generous there, sir. Thank you, Mr. Jason McKenzie, again with the $50 one. Cheers. If I, again, almost want to pour a drink just to cheers you right there. But, if I had my water bottle, I had it over there. But whatever. But thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. Hey, Dave, I thought about it, and I've decided I'm going to give the DCU a chance. Well, thank God, guys. Axel's finally giving it a chance. Look at that. He's growing. He's growing. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, thank you again, Jason. You are awesome, sir. All right, let's get started here. Let's get started. Let's see what's going on when it comes to stuff and some of the tweets that I picked out for today. And the first one is, how would you guys feel if Robert Downey Jr. ended up being the Scarecrow in Christopher Nolan's Batman? That wouldn't have been that great, right? We're actually glad that things worked out the way they did. Because, yes, he's been talking about this. And it went into detail and kind of, but this is just what Discussing Film posted. But it said right here, Robert Downey Jr. reveals he met with Christopher Nolan to play Scarecrow in Batman Begins. And, of course, got beat up by Cillian Murphy. Now, things happen. It just feels like things happen for a reason. It really does, because if he would have got Scarecrow, odds are he wouldn't have done Iron Man, because that was like 3-4 years before, probably about 3 years, 2008, 2005, yeah. So odds are maybe that wouldn't have happened, but then again, who knows? But it's just like things really just are meant to be right there. And he would have done a good job. Don't get me wrong. He totally would have done a good job. But just the fact that it didn't go well, and he said like midway through like the meeting with Christopher Nolan, basically he was like, nah, just this is not working. It's not working. Really not working. So I think that, things really just happen for a reason when it comes to some of this stuff. And then of course here we are in 2024. Robert Downey Jr. works with Christopher Nolan, and Robert Downey Jr. is most likely going to win an Oscar. So that's pretty cool stuff. Oh yeah, and did you guys see this or hear this? Well, okay, so over the weekend, Saturday Night Live was hosted by Ayu Edebiri. I probably say her name wrong. You guys know I'm bad with names. But She was hosting Saturday Night Live over the weekend, and she seems like she's like the new it girl. It seems like she's just all over the place. Obviously, people know her from the show The Bear, and now all of a sudden it's like we're seeing her all over the place, and she's like this rising star. But she was hosting Saturday Night Live over the weekend with musical guest J-Lo. Well, when that was all being said and everything, people remembered this little thing that she said on a podcast.
Today I was actually thinking about one of my favorite scams of all time, because J-Lo is performing at the Super Bowl halftime show.
She is, which is a scam in itself.
And her whole career is one long scam.
Ooh, one long scam. Yikes. Shots fired.
Longest con. J-Lo can't sing. And did you know that J-Lo doesn't know that she can't sing?
Well, that's the thing that is...
She did an interview and then she was like, I never knew that people didn't think I could sing. I thought I could sing.
Like, she thought that she was on... She thinks she's on multiple tracks, but it's not her. I think she thinks that she's still good, even though, like, she's not singing for most of these songs. Like...
Oof. Yikes. She's not wrong. Let's face it. Jennifer Lopez, very talented, very beautiful. She can act, she can dance. Singing, not really her strong side. No. Not wrong at all. And apparently, though, when it came to Saturday Night Live, they made a joke about that. I guess there was some kind of joke that happened, like during like one of the sketches where she said something about shooting her mouth off during a podcast or something like that. I don't know the actual context of the joke. I just remember reading something about that, but it's just kind of funny because here we are all these years later and now they're teamed up together and she had that to say and a lot of people agreed. That's the sad fact of the matter is a lot of people agree with that. I mean, it's like Jennifer Lopez, you're all this. You're this goddess. You can dance, you can act. You don't have to do everything. It's not meant for everybody, I guess, but I just thought that was pretty funny. It's just pretty funny when that was roaming around. It's okay. She'll be okay. I think she'll be okay, you know, Miss Affleck. All right, so we got an update. Well, speaking of Cillian Murphy, I guess you could say. We all know that 28 years later is in development, which a lot of us are excited for sure. That Cillian Murphy, of course, in the first 28 days later, we're all wondering if Cillian Murphy was actually going to be showing up, and apparently he's very much open to it. It's just kind of funny because they announced the movie, they announced Garland and what's his name teaming up to bring the sequel to light. But there was no mention about Cillian Murphy. I guess they had to figure out the story and whatever. But I think part of it maybe is the fact that they're maybe waiting till after the Oscars to see if he does pull the Oscars. They don't want to take the focus off that. I don't know. Hollywood's weird and works in mysterious ways. I don't know. But he's open to it. So hopefully they end up doing something with that because it'd be cool. Since that's where a lot of us got to know who Cillian Murphy is. And then did you guys see this? Again, Ryan Reynolds. This is why I cannot wait for the Deadpool marketing to begin. But it just seems like they're doing great marketing for the movie If that's coming out. Of course, directed by John Krasinski, and they do this little one right here.
Hey there, I'm Ryan Reynolds, star of the upcoming film If. And if you've ever and I'm John Krasinski, the director and star of the upcoming film If. Wait, hold on, what are you doing? I'm talking about our movie. You're not John Krasinski. You're Randall Park. John Krasinski is much shorter and less Asian than you are. Ryan, I know it's been a while since...
And they go through the whole thing. Hopefully you guys saw it. But what's funny is if you're a fan of The Office, you know this is a joke from The Office because Randall Park sat down one time next to Dwight saying that, of course he was Jim, and they played that whole joke on him. So again, you just got to love some of that kind of marketing. Just creative stuff right there. And then, take it easy, sweetheart. Of course, the penguin is kicking into gear, and we got some set video stuff right here. And we get who knows what's happening right here? Something bad happened right here. And then look at this. The penguin gets, bam, right to the face. Ouch. So I thought that video was pretty cool. There's also been tons of set photos and everything when it comes to the Penguin series, since I'm really excited for that. Hopefully we'll get another trailer soon, but of course I got to finish filming the thing. Hopefully it'll definitely be coming out this year. I'm not sure how much longer they have to film, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Super Bowl. All right, so we got trailers, obviously, when it comes to, us movie nerds out there. When it comes to the Super Bowl, it's like, yes, the commercials are fun to watch, even though it's always weird because it just seems like the week up before the Super Bowl, they always start releasing the commercials. I've already seen some of the commercials that are going to be airing during the Super Bowl. They always release them early online. There's like one for Ben Affleck and Dunkin' Donuts. There was one for Martin Scorsese that was already out there. I didn't watch them, but a lot of us are wondering which trailers are actually going to be showing up for the Super Bowl. Obviously, we know that Deadpool 3 and who knows what else. But you can guarantee that there's not going to be anything from Amazon, Sony, Netflix, or Warner Brothers that's going to be happening. So don't get your hopes up if you're looking forward to any one of these. Yeah, it looks like when it comes to... It looks like the big ones that are going to be coming out during the Super Bowl are Deadpool 3, Wicked, and Quiet Place as well. So a lot of people... Geez, that's a big ad. Jack Daniels, anybody? But yeah, looks like that's just not going to happen. What could he do? It's fine. Way I'm looking at it, the way I look at it is Beetlejuice. I think a lot of us were hoping that maybe Beetlejuice, I should say, was going to be showing the first trailer, but that just probably means they'll just release it, who knows when we'll get that first teaser. I mean, we got the poster. We kind of got a synopsis. They don't need to rush that. It's coming out in the fall, so I'm sure we'll get a trailer for that. I think a lot of people were hoping maybe around the Super Bowl time, but yeah, it just looks like... looks like as of now, the big ones are going to be those. I mean, everybody's just anxiously waiting that Deadpool 3 trailer, which apparently from, the word on the digital streets is that it's already been cut. It's already cut together and everything, so. Uh-oh. What is Tom Holland doing here? Is he teasing? Is he going to give us blue balls here? Because a lot of people, of course, are wondering what's happening with Spider-Man 4, but... He's got some kind of big announcement that's happening tomorrow. Did you guys see his video? You can't really see it if you get, use better font there, Tommy boy. Big announcement tomorrow. And then he takes a little stroke. And that was a horrible hit. Somebody brought up a good point on the timeline. You yell 4. I think it was Brandon Davis. You yell 4 when you hit the golf ball. Spider-Man 4? I don't know. But then, of course, there was like some other cartoon or whatever the hell that apparently, I don't know, what was it called? Phantom something that I'm not even aware of. So Tom Holland, let me type in Tom Holland. It was the Tom Holland thing. They were like, people were trying to do their whole investigating thing. Let's see. That's right. Danny Phantom. I never even heard of Danny Phantom. I guess it looks like a Cartoon Network cartoon, but apparently Butch Hartman, who's like the creator of it, was like, I would love to have Tom Holland to be the live action version of him, and apparently Tom Holland actually followed him on like Instagram. You know how people start doing that thing like, oh my God, so-and-so followed so-and-so. Tom Holland all the way. That's what he said. So the live action version. And then, yeah, apparently people were putting it together right there, which doesn't mean anything. Anytime that somebody follows somebody else doesn't really mean anything. And plus, that would be kind of weird. I mean, it'd be nice if it's a Spider-Man 4 updates. Would be pretty cool, but it says announcement. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. And you'd think right now, Marvel Studios wants all their focus on Deadpool 3 and the trailer that's going to be coming out. So, I don't know. Just seems like we're going to have blue balls. If anybody's like really anxious for some Spider-Man 4 news, I don't think that's going to happen. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. We'll see, though. Hey, could be wrong. Don't do this to us, Tommy. All right, let's make sure. Did I get everything else that I wanted to talk about? Yeah, I think I did. Before we start diving into, before we get into this one right here, this last thing that I wanted to talk about, and I'm sure you guys saw it. Wonder Woman 3. That's right. Somebody made Wonder Woman 3 trailer, I should say, with AI. That's right, the dreaded AI. And this thing was made by Acknowledge AI. This is a trailer that they posted. It's about, a minute and 23 seconds, and a lot of people were passing this around. Some people thought it was really cool. Some people were, and a lot of people were going, the horror. And I've always said, when it comes to the restoration of the Snyderverse, it's not going to happen in the way that we'd want it to happen. But with AI technology just growing, there's going to be people that are going to be able to create these stories, and it's going to be for everything, every universe, everything like that. So, and the technology is only going to get better. And right now, it's still in a stage where it's like, okay, some of the visuals look good, but of course, some of the movements and everything just don't look good. But what's really creepy, though, is they actually got Gal Gadot's voice because she narrates this thing. So, it's a little weird. Just do this whole thing. I don't even know if I can show this all. I don't know where the music comes from or anything. So yeah, they got some cool shots right there. Not too bad, even though that shot of
a world on the other side of the galaxy that needed
not a bad shot right there, but geez. I mean, that sounds just like her. But yeah, the mouths look pretty weird.
For duty.
Looks a little wet right there.
For love.
What the hell is that? Jesus Christ. What are they doing? What are they? Kittens? Are they kittens? Just rubbing up against each other like, Is that what they do? Is that what Wonder Bat does? Give a little Eskimo kiss? Yikes. But some of the texture and everything looks pretty interesting. Look at that. We got multiple. I don't even know what the hell that was over there. Let's see. Oh, go back. Trying to go back. There we go. Look at this over here. Not sure what's happening right there. We got two versions of the Flash right there, I guess, and another Wonder Woman. Look at that. Jesus Christ. Seriously, why are they? Ugh. Look at that shot was pretty bad too. Not too. Ugh. That's not bad right there, but still a little creepy. God, they are really emphasizing Wonder Bat in this. Very much so.
For justice.
That's not a bad shot right there. I kind of like that Trinity shot. Not too bad. I mean, like I said, some of the shots look cool. Some of them look really bad. That's not a bad shot right there. There's some kind of ship that's happening. And yeah, then some destruction. So that's a pretty cool shot of Batfleck right there. Not too bad. Then you got, of course, Aquaman. And then they just kind of go like, oh, we're not going to, instead of showing Bear, they just kind of, look at he just melts. What the? Again, the technology, not fully there. It's a valid effort. That's a pretty cool shot.
Would be our last.
It's just creepy that really sounds like Gal, too. Not a bad shot right there, even though the face looks a little off. But yeah, Wonder Woman, Twilight of Justice. Really? Couldn't come up with a better title? Twilight of Justice? I don't know. I do like the fact that the Wonder Woman logo has blood on it. That's not too bad. But yeah, that was floating around today, and a lot of people, it's already almost at 900,000 views right now. Well, let me refresh and see where it's at. Maybe it's at something else. Yeah, it's at 1 million views. Yeah, because I already had this on my thing. But yeah, a lot of people are just like, whoa. But like I said, there's some cool visuals in there. And like I said, the technology is only going to get better. And someone's going to actually make a full-on. Someone's going to make the Wonder Woman 1854 or whatever the heck. Zack Snyder's little but treatment that he had, which a lot of people think. I remember I saw something today where they were saying that I think it was Fandom Wire, because Fandom Wire just super clickbait when it comes to their titles. They talked about how Warner Brothers didn't want to do Zack Snyder's Wonder Woman 1854 script. And I'm like, there wasn't a script. He just wrote a treatment for it, a little backstory, and he knew whatever director was going to come in there and do their own thing. He just had his own little backstory to fill in for BVS until Patty came in and did her thing, which he totally enjoyed. But yeah, I mean, we'll get a Batfleck movie. We're going to get all kinds of things when it comes. I mean, AI. It's just moving, moving, and moving. It's gonna be pretty interesting when somebody actually makes like full on Justice League 2, Justice League 3. It's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. So, but yeah, some of that's the thing of nightmares. Some of that's the stuff of nightmares. But some of it's kind of cool. But the fact that they just got her voice, whoo, that's really freaky stuff right there. Anyways, okay. How we doing out there? I saw another super chat. Thank you, Hank Deasy, for the $2 super chat. And like you said, hit that like, thumbs up. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. It helps, it helps, it helps. It helps the algorithm or whatever the hell. Sharing and all that stuff. So, all right. Let's go ahead and talk about the main topic. James Gunn is pure DC. Now that sounds weird, but he did say this, and it's only because he was just answering somebody going like, hey, can you still work with Marvel if they decide to do Guardians of the Galaxy 4? James Gunn had this to say. Nope, I'm pure DC. Could you write a movie for Marvel if you wanted to? I could not, either physically or legally. So yeah, he is done with that, fully done, which we knew. And he's just 100% now. DC can't touch anything with that, can't promote anything. I mean, I don't know what he can he even say anything good about? Probably not. He probably can't mention anything like with the Deadpool 3 trailer comes out. Probably can't even say anything about that, I'm guessing. I don't know. What are the logistics of it all? I don't know. I don't know how that works. But it is interesting because, I've been telling you guys and I've been hearing because they are going to be shooting in Atlanta. And they're going to be using some of those studios in there. And I've been hearing like, yeah, even though there's that, but I think there's going to be some usage when it comes to Marvel resources a little bit when it comes to the Atlanta shoots, because it just, just words on that I was getting that there might be something there. But yes, he is now pure DC. Pure DC. And then he had a little fun. We talked a little bit about this on the Vodka stream last Friday, but he did. Again, it's funny. And this is the kind of stuff, too. It's like, yeah, I like this. He doesn't have to answer everyone. And he didn't have to answer this. But he gave a little troll answer when it came to somebody, of course, wanting, doing that whole thing. Like, make it be like the source material. The source material. We always talk about the source material. And somebody was like, please stay as close to the original as possible. And then he basically said, no flying. Zing, ba-dum, psh. Because if you remember, folks, Superman did not fly at first. That's right. He would just leap. That's why when you watch the Flesher cartoons and they talk about that at the beginning, you get those original stories. He would just leap. Not even sure how long it took for him to actually start flying. But yeah, there's a lot of things, Superman now, that are now there, and flying was not one of them. So yeah, do stuff like that, Jimmy. Do stuff like that. Troll a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. And then somebody actually asked, is there going to be like a behind-the-scenes little featurette or documentary or whatever the hell? Somebody wanted to know about that. I would love to shoot the BTS images and produce the BTS film on Superman Legacy. So this guy was shooting a shot. You can find my work at, if anybody wants to hire this guy, AndrewThomasClifton.com. James Gunn said the BTS is already being made. So, hey, shoot your shot. Nothing wrong with shooting your shot there, Andrew. But you better believe that a lot of this is being filmed. And I'm just kind of wondering like what things are going to be released as the production like goes. We're a month away before they start shooting. So I'm kind of wondering what James is actually going to be given, what he's going to be putting out there. And, obviously we want to see that costume. We want to see all the other stuff too. And then of course we already, we did talk about it because it happened last Friday, but we have a composer. That's right. Mr. Tom Murphy. Happy to announce that my frequent collaborator, Tom Murphy, is scoring Superman Legacy. Or not Tom. I don't know why I say Tom Murphy. His name is John. Come on, Dave. John Murphy. Superman Legacy, John was one of the first people I called when I finished the script many months ago, as I knew how incredibly important the score was to this production. John has been working tirelessly since, creating hours worth of music that will play on the set. So that's kind of cool. I like that they already have a composer and they're already filming while producing the music. So the music's already there. There's already Superman Legacy music that's happening. So when they start filming, they could actually use that and make sure and just like match it with the storyboards, match it with like the cinematography and what's going to be happening in the scene, and they can actually use that music and play it on set to just really help get the scene together. That's actually pretty good. That's awesome. You know, I mean, I know there's obviously other movies have done that like crazy, but sometimes, you know, the music can come later, or they, you know, you start working with it during, you know, something like that. But there's already Superman Legacy music, so that's good. I like that. And then, of course, John Murphy went to Twitter and said this right here: very proud to be working with James Gunn again on Superman Legacy. DC Comics were a huge part of my life growing up in Liverpool, and I feel incredibly honored to be part of the DCU journey. Thank you, James and Peter. So, who is John Murphy? Well, he did do the Suicide Squad soundtrack, which I was kind of like, it's fine. It's fine. But he did do Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which I enjoyed. I thought that was a good score. He also did the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. He did the music for that. You know, he's got a pretty good filmography. And one of the ones, going back to talking about 28 Days Later, he did the soundtrack, or he did the composing on 28 Days Later. And there's a song called In the House that was actually pretty good. And a lot of people were passing around Sunshine. If you haven't seen the movie Sunshine, also with Cillian Murphy and Chris Evans, really good psychological mindfuck movie, of course, that takes place in space. People were passing around one of the tracks from that as well. And it's pretty good, too. Some people were saying that maybe it sounded a little bit generic, but at the same time, this was like 2008, and I think it kind of, generic stuff kind of took from it, I guess. But, yeah, I remember there, let's see. Let's look at some of the stuff that he's composed. Some of the more stuff. God. All right. So, yeah, here's some of the stuff right here. Like I said, he did a miniseries for Les Miserables. He did Kick-Ass, Armored, I think, 28 weeks later. That's where he did that one. It was not 28 days later. It was 28 weeks later. So, you know, there you go. Let's see. He also did Miami Vice, which, if you haven't watched Michael Mann's Miami Vice, great movie. Basic Instinct 2, that's funny. The Perfect Score, it's not a bad little movie. But yeah, he did 28 Days Later as well. So, you know, not too bad. He also did Snatch, right? I think he saw that he did Snatch, which I love that movie. Make your jokes. I thought I saw that he did that. Modern Times, yeah. So he's got a huge list. Yeah, he did Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, and then, of course, Snatch. All great movies. Guy Ritchie movies. So, yeah. He's not like well known, but you know he's got a pretty good resume. But you know, we'll see. I know somebody right here. I think it was Spider Monkey, or no, it was DCU updates. They used some art that Spider Monkey actually made that is of Nicholas Hoult, Lex Luthor, and they put some of a track from John Murphy over it. So this sounded pretty cool. So you want to get like a little bit of a taste. Got something like this. Can't play it all. It's copyright. Come on. There we go. You know, you can get a little taste of it. You know, stuff like that. People are going to be doing that. So who knows when we'll get like an actual taste of what's happening when it comes to John Murphy. But there you go, guys. I think that's pretty much, you know, there's all kinds of other stuff. Let's see. What else was Jimmy Gunn's talking about? I mean, he was talking about all kinds of things. I don't want to go over every little thing, of course. You know, Gunn said John did 2 of my favorite scores of all time. My all-time favorite score is Ennio Morricone. So I tracked him down to talk about movies and scoring, and a friendship and a collaboration was born. So there you go. You got that. So that's cool that it's like something that, I don't know, I've never even heard of that movie. What else? Just kind of scrolling through and seeing like things that he might have answered. Yeah, it's not really much else. Oh yeah, So there's another thing too, you know, because when it comes to James Gunn, always when it comes to the Superman Legacy costume, everybody's, of course, trunks, no trunks, trunks, no trunks. And then he's got the bullet belt or the no bullet belt. You know, that was one of the things right here that I saw on DCU updates that they pulled right there, that he was being asked about the belt as well. So now we got more stuff. Just questions, questions, questions. The internet is going to melt. It's going to melt when that costume shows up. He also debunked the whole, I mean, can we stop it with the whole Batman Brave and the Bold thing? Can we stop? How many times do we have to like just stop? Because of course, naturally there's, with Matt Reeves' Batman coming out, there was like a rumor that said like, oh yeah, the Brave and the Bold will go into production. It'll be coming out before Matt Reeves' trilogy gets finished and blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, you know, there's no script, there's no nothing. Stop talking about Batman Brave and the Bold. And just keep on talking about it and talking about it. It's like, geez, can we just stop talking about Brave and the Bold? Yes, I'm excited for it too. I'm wondering who is going to be the new Batman, but yeah, I'm just like, no, stop it with that. Stop it with that. And then, of course, he even said, too, that when it comes to the merchandise, you know, like shirts and stuff like that, he actually has a say in the merchandise and how some of that looks. So he has, God, he's spinning a lot of freaking, he's spinning a lot of plates, Mr. James Gunn. He's going to end up losing his hair. I mean, his hair already went from like, you know, kind of like this to fucking just white in the last few years. After doing all this, man's going to be balder than Lex Luthor, man. Too many things, but hey, you know, he's got help and he's got, you know, he wanted to do it. He wanted to do it. Deadpool 3. We anxiously await that trailer that's coming out Superbowl Sunday, which is going to melt the internet. Everybody's anxiously awaiting it. The only things that we've really seen when it comes to Deadpool 3, of course, are all the set images. Not really much when it comes to logos. There was some kind of promo arts that came out that leaked out, but nobody knew where exactly it came from. Looked pretty cool because it looked like it was one of those prequel comic book covers or something like that. But last night at the Saturn Awards, Kevin Feige decided, you know what? I wear hats all the time. Might as well market this film. And he did so. And it's, you know, it's a way to do it. So people were going, look at that. Look at that. Look at that right there. What? Look at that. Which I think a lot of us actually assumed that, yes, that's what the logo was definitely going to be looking like. They're going to have it in halves. They have the Deadpool logo and, of course, the Wolverine logo. I actually have a Deadpool hat that has the, you know, the full logo. I have the Deadpool hat. I want this one. And then somebody made some art, so essentially it would look like this, which that looks pretty awesome. I think we can all agree with that. That looks freaking awesome. Smart. Smart. That's a way to market without actually marketing. It's like the CEO, the head cheese, Kevin Feige, wears a hat all the time. Might as well wear the Deadpool and Wolverine hat and then go to the awards. And then luckily enough, he wins the award and somebody snaps pictures and now they're all over the internet. So just easy marketing right there. Let the fans do the marketing. Nothing wrong with that, right? Let the fans do the marketing. And then, of course, you get concept art like this. And I'm kind of wondering, are we going to see that logo, that similar logo for the trailer? Are they going to show it like that? Is that what the logo is going to look like? Who knows? But yeah, can't wait. Can't wait for the trailer. Going to be exciting. So yeah, just a little quick little thing right there. Not a lot of news. Not a lot of big news. Like, well, big news, but like not a lot of like, you know, just like in the past like few days. Not hadn't been too much, I will say. All right, the box office. The box office. Well, who saw Argylle this weekend? I was supposed to see it on Thursday, but, you know, storm came in. I had things that kind of prevented that, you know, work-wise and whatnot, and just wasn't really in the mood to go see the movie at 5 o'clock and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right, I'll go see it on Friday. And then, of course, that was a little bit of a rough day as well, where I was just like, blah, I don't feel like going to the movies. And then I thought maybe I'd go over the weekend, but honestly, I don't know. I was kind of hyped for it, and then I just lost the hype. I don't know. It just kind of did. I'll watch it when it comes out on video, but man, I didn't go to the box office. Apparently, not a lot of people did either. So let's take a look at this box office. Just kind of like, whoopsies. Oh, come on. What are you doing here? All right. Argylle, $17.5 million domestic. Now, you wouldn't think that's too bad, right? The movie cost $200 million. Yikes. So total was $34.3 million. But yeah, apparently the reported box office was $200 million hairs. That's not too good. So this is just kind of floppity flop, flop, flop. But you know what's not a flop is The Beekeeper, which keeps running pretty strong. 122.5 million worldwide. And apparently the reported budget for The Beekeeper was $40 million. So not too shabby. And then, of course, Godzilla -1, which we kept on keeping an eye on, which left the movie theaters, I guess, before this weekend. Let's see. What did that end up with? All right. Not going to autofill? Fine. Don't do that then. But yeah, Godzilla -1 left the theaters and, made 105.4. That's just a phenomenon right there. That's what we call a phenomenon. Because that budget was small as well, and everybody just loved it. But yeah, Argylle. Yeah, Matthew Vaughn. I mean, are they going to... It's like his last two... He's had some stinkers recently. He has. I mean, the Kingsman franchise, I don't think they're going to be doing anything more with that. I know he wants to reinvigorate the Kick-Ass franchise. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know. I think Matthew Vaughn needs to go back to some basics, man. Make another layer cake or something like that. I don't know. Just seems like when you throw a bunch of money at him, doesn't seem like it's a good investment. That's for damn sure. So, but I'll watch, like I said, I'll watch Argylle when it comes out on video. But yeah, it just seems like people just weren't excited for it. Dun, 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 dun. I won't do that anymore. I know that's annoying. I apologize. Not really. Jurassic World. We just can't. Can we take a little break? We can't take a little break. I mean, didn't Dominion come out last year? And it made over $1 billion, sure, but not a lot of people really talk about it. Not a lot of people really liked it. It had its moments, but overall, I didn't like it. But now we're just gonna get a whole new Jurassic World movie, and we just heard about this, a couple of weeks ago? And now we're getting this new information, and now we have a release date. That's right, guys. We have a release date already. July 2nd. July 2nd, 2025. That's a little ambitious. It's just got announced. And, of course, David Coep coming back to write it, which was what everybody wanted to hear, sure. But that just, to me, that seems like that date, and it comes out a week later, right? Superman Legacy. A lot of people were talking about that. And it's like, oh, they're doing that thing where they're stacking the dates as they do. I just don't see Jurassic World making that date. I mean, they don't even have a director. They have a writer. They don't have a director. But of course, the rumored director, which is a very interesting one, is David Leitch. That's right. Crazy action director David Leitch. Bullet Train, Deadpool 2, Atomic Blonde. That's David Leitch. What? He's in talks. Intriguing, because he's an action director. So now, I mean, are they just going to go full on buck wild when it comes to this Jurassic World movie? Are any of the characters prior going to show up here? Something about the Jurassic World trilogy reminds me of the Star Wars sequel trilogy. The first Jurassic World, just like Force Awakens, brought us all back to the franchise, brought us back into the world, and they had nostalgia, familiar things, and then new things, okay? And it was a good balance, okay? Cool, look at that, hey! And everybody liked it. Then came the sequel. Then he came a director that was like, I'm going to take a little darker, edgier approach. And you got, what was it, something Kingdom? I forgot even what the second one was called. Even though I liked it, I liked the tone from that French director, I think. French? Is that? Yeah. And He made a little darker one, and there's some crazy stuff that happened in there with like cloning and stuff like that. Then you had Rian Johnson with Last Jedi. Then it seemed like they had to course correct a little bit when it came to the third one, just like Rise of Skywalker. They're like, okay, we're going to jam everybody into this thing and all this story into it and pack it into this last movie and put it out there. It just kind of, there's a parallel there when it comes to the Jurassic World trilogy and the sequel trilogy for Star Wars. I don't know. To me, this seems like it's a little, they're rushing a little bit here. Unless the script is already done and it's good and it's grand, it just seems like you're bringing back David Coep from the original. Okay, but then you're going to hire this action director. I say David Leitch, don't do it. Don't do it. Do Bullet Train 2 instead. Do that. Wasn't there supposed to be a Bullet Train 2? Wasn't that like already like announced like a while ago? They announced too much stuff. But I thought there was going to be that. Do that. I'd rather have him do a Bullet Train 2 because I really enjoyed the first Bullet Train movie. So do that instead. This sounds like this movie is just going to end up just being like a corporate, film by committee kind of thing. It's just, they're just going to try to just, we got to put this crazy thing. Are they going to Fast and Furious it? I don't know. It just seems, it seems weird. I'm intrigued, I will say, but I just don't see it making that date. Superman Legacy has been well into pre-production. It is ready to go. They're about to start shooting. So yeah, that's definitely going to make the date. But I don't see Jurassic World not having a set director and which characters coming back, new actors, who knows? I just don't see it happening. But I guess we'll see. It is Universal. They're pretty ambitious. They're on top. They're on top right now. They've had a good couple of years. When it comes to, and I mean, last year that, with Oppenheimer and Fast X, they're having, but it just seems like, woo-wee. I don't know. What were you guys saying? Yeah, John Wick, Jurassic World. Yeah. Oh, did he do? Oh, is he doing? Did he do Fall Guy? That's right. David Leitch has Fall Guy coming out, right? Yeah, he's just like this action director. It's just, to me, I'm like, does that fit with Jurassic World? I don't know if that fits. To me, I don't think that really. It's like a fit, and I enjoy his movies. I'm looking forward to Fall Guy. I think it looks like a fun action movie. But we shall see, folks. We shall see. All right, let's go ahead and see what's happening with some Twitter questions. All right. Eric, there has been buzz about Elon hanging out at a movie premiere with Nelson Peltz, the investor who's been bugging Bob Iger lately. A reporter asked Elon about it. He went, I'm just here with some friends looking for companies to acquire. Could it be? Yeah, I remember seeing that too. I didn't really look into it too much. I asked my friend about it who's over in that world. But, with everything that's happening, I mean, who knows? Could be Elon Musk is acquiring another company to try to fix it. I mean, but then there's people that when it comes to Twitter, they think that he's destroyed it. People think he's made it better. I'm kind of, as usual, I'm like partial. I'm like, yeah, there's things that suck. But I guess for the most part, it seems like it's mainly better. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what more comes from that. Mr. Nobody. Hey, Dave, do you think James Gunn will do a lot of Easter eggs like they did in the first 3 phases of Marvel? But for DC, I'm willing to give it a chance because I really want good quality content. Personally, I prefer it was a lot like Justice League animated series. Yeah, I'm sure there's definitely going to be some Easter eggs. I mean, isn't there still an Easter egg that nobody found in the first Guardians of the Galaxy? Devon Wooter, hello, Dave. I'm not going to lie, I got a little emotional when I heard Carl Weathers die. Yeah, that was sad. We talked about it on the Vox stream, gave a little tribute at the beginning of it, which is, and Sylvester Stallone's video really was crushing. Kind of choked me up a little bit. Let's see, what is your reaction with him? Yeah, and do you have a favorite? And do you have a favorite movie from him? And I bought Kick-Ass, fantastic movie. What's your favorite scene? For me, with Big Daddy. Okay. let's see, there was a lot there. My favorite Carl Weathers movie, probably Predator, I would say. It's funny, too, because I did watch the Sly doc over the weekend. I actually watched 3 docs over the weekend, but I watched the Sly doc, and it was good for the most part. There's things it moved way too quickly. I didn't like how quickly it moved. It just felt like it moved way too quickly. And there was things left out. Like, there was no mention of Creed, which I think because of the whole licensing thing now, of, you know, that whole thing, which is kind of sucks because it's like, wait, this is your baby. The Rocky franchise is yours. And now you're not really a part of it. And there's like a whole big thing. And I was hoping that they were actually going to talk about that, but they just kind of don't even mention Creed. It's weird. But, yeah. And, you know, they talk about Carl Weathers a little bit in there, but he wasn't in the doc. I don't know. The doc I felt could have been better. It just felt like it was missing things. And they were trying to go for a certain tone when it came to that doc, and to me it could have been better. But when it comes to Kick-Ass, yeah, I mean, the Big Daddy moments with Nick Cage, and of course, what's her name? Chloe, what's her name? But what's her name? Hit Girl. That's right. I mean, let's face it; those are the best scenes in there. But who knows if we're gonna get another Kick-Ass after what's happening with Matthew Vaughn. But I did watch some other docs over the weekend too, and I watched the docu-series about the American Gladiators. Have you guys seen that? Recommend it if you ever watched American Gladiators. Good stuff, absolutely good stuff. And then I watched the doc of the making of the "We Are the World" song. That was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that, so highly recommended. So good stuff. But yeah, anyways. Anything else you guys are talking about? Fall Guy in March, Jurassic Wick. I like that. I'm still petitioning to get Aquaman and the Meg crossover. Get some Jason Statham in there. Chloe Grace Moretz. That's right. David Len. Yeah, he also did Hobbs and Shaw. I want to see more of Momoa's Aquaman with the hook hand. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be happening, Nate. But, what can he do? What can he do? But yeah, I don't see the Jurassic World coming out that date. It just seems like they're just like, we're going to put it right here, and there we go. But if it does come out, it would be Jurassic World, then a week later, Superman Legacy, and I think at the end of the month, it'd be Thunderbolts. And God knows what's happening with Thunderbolts as well. Who knows when that, I mean, it got delayed. It's whatever the hell they lost. What's his name? I mean, who knows what's happening with Thunderbolts as well. So, but like I said, out of those 3, Superman Legacy is right on track, it seems. Unless some kind of strike happens, which there is a crew union strike that might be showing up next month. Maybe I'll talk about more about that on Wednesday. But that's something to worry about for sure. All right, guys. Appreciate spending some time with me. Make sure you hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, share the stream. Do all that. And appreciate it. Follow me on all the Sockmans that are around me. If you want to support the channel, I got the Patreon. Posting stuff I'm working out on the Patreon. And my new facts video that I'll be working on, I'll be posting it early over there. If you want to become a member, of course, we do the members-only stream after every Film Junkie Live on Wednesday. So if you want to join that, join the family. All right, guys. Love ya. See you guys on Wednesday. Talk to you later.